Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today is going to be another very different video. Today's video is a men's makeup tutorial. Now I've never done one of these before. I've never actually watched anyone do one, so I kind of don't really have a clue what I'm doing. However, I wanted to do the video, so I just thought I'll just go along with it. So yeah, don't worry, this video isn't going to be plastering lipstick all over my lips and putting eyelashes all on my eyes. That's not what today's video is about. Today's video is just about me being honest that I do wear makeup. I think there's a stereotypical thing out there that it's only girls that can wear makeup or you have to be gay. Now obviously I am a gay guy, but why can't straight guys wear it too? Why can't any male wear something that is going to make them look better? That's like saying only gay men can wear makeup. Does that mean only straight guys can play football and play rugby? No. And a lot of like girl mates of mine always say like all the best looking guys are gay. No, they're not. It's just that gay guys probably aren't scared to put something on their face that is going to make them look better. So, getting straight into the video, I've got 4 products that I've been using over the past couple of years. I feel like they make my face look a lot more fresh and healthier. They're not something that you're going to put on and you're going to see like this huge difference. Like, I don't look like a drag queen, in other words. Not that there's anything wrong with a drag queen, but it's not that intense what I wear. I just put little bits on that kind of just make me feel a lot more confident in myself and maybe just get rid of those little lines, spots, wrinkles and just kind of clear up the skin to make you look a lot better really. So yeah, I'm going to kick off with product number 1. Okay, what I'm going to talk about first is the La Roche-Posay Effaclar Duo Unifiant, I think it is. As I said, I'm not amazing or a pro with makeup, but this is what the bottle looks like. Okay, and I start with this. So obviously I've washed my face, I've done all of that in the shower or the bath, and then I start with this. So I just put like a tiny bit on the hand, okay, and then I use one of these, these are called beauty blenders, and they're absolutely amazing. It's just like a little sponge, and then I just pop it on the sponge, and then it's actually a moisturizer, this is. So it's just a moisturizer with a tint in it. It's just like a colour correcting moisturizer. So I just put this all over the face, and this screen that I'm doing this on is really small, so I don't know if you can really tell, but what it does is it just clears up the skin. Like maybe like I get quite red patches here, so it just kind of gets rid of those red patches, and obviously it's a moisturizer as well, so it is a really good moisturizer. I keep saying moisturizer, but that's what it is. But yeah, so just cover your face in that, which I don't know if I've actually done, because normally I would do this in a mirror, but I'm not. So, that's product number 1, and as I said, clears up any kind of like, it's a colour corrector, so any kind of different colours that you have on your face, not that you're going to have red or blue or yellow or whatever, but like I get quite red patches there, and I also get quite red here. And also, if you have kind of any lines or wrinkles, I'm not saying it's going to get rid of them. However, it can kind of hide them as well. So, as I said, I'm not a pro with makeup. I don't really have a clue all about it yet. But if this video goes down well and people want to know more, then I'm happy to learn about different products and stuff. But I just kind of wanted to come in and show you what products I've been using recently. But yeah, so there we go. So there's product number 1, and it's now on the face. Okay, product number 2 is I use Stila Perfecting Concealer. Now, concealer is something I know a lot of guys out there, they might not admit to their mates down the pub, but you will probably admit it to yourself or your girlfriend that you wear concealer. A lot of guys wear this. I know that I've been out with a lot of my straight friends before, or friends, and they all kind of carry one of these around with them, but they don't shout about it, and you don't need to, because you can't tell that you have it on. I'm happy to admit it, but you can put it on and not tell anyone. Not that anyone's going to ask, because it looks natural. And what this will do is, if you have any spots, so like on my nose here, I have a spot that I absolutely hate and can't get rid of. It's like it's like my new friend, to be honest. It's indented itself in my face and it won't go away. So this kind of product can just, you put the tiniest bit on your hand. So literally the tiniest bit, maybe even tinier than that. And then again, a beauty blender, a smaller one. All you then do is just put this exactly where the spot is and dab. Don't necessarily rub, because if you rub, you're probably just going to rub it off. But then just dab, and then I get quite red as well around my nose, under here. So put a bit more on. I don't actually know what I'm kind of looking like right now because this screen is so small, but we'll see when it goes on the computer. If I look like an idiot, then you can all sit there and laugh, but that's life. I'm talking to myself now, so yeah, so this is really good just for kind of, again, covering little spots. Even redness it can kind of get rid of as well. So like here, I normally generally put just a tiny bit here. And yeah, that's product number 2, so that is concealer. There's loads of different brands out there. To be honest, most concealers, I wouldn't say they're the same, but most of them do the same job. You can get sticks, so like this one is a liquid, whereas you can get like a little pen that you just twizzle out. You can just dab it on the areas. That might make it look a bit more masculine than carrying like a liquid one around with you. But there's also different shades as well. So the moisturizer that we started with, there's actually just a moisturizer without the tint. There's the lighter one, and I get the darker one because I do have quite tan skin. So if you've got lighter skin, there is a lighter shade as well, or the darker shade, which is what I've got. So they're the only shades for that, whereas with concealers, you can normally get different shades. So if you're more tanned or darker, or if you're lighter, there's kind of a shade for everyone. So it doesn't look like you've put it on and then you've got this rare kind of white patch or brown patch. It just kind of will blend in with your skin. So make sure if you are going to go and buy this, don't be afraid to go in the shop and ask. The guys or girls that work in these stores do get men come in all the time. Don't think you're the first guy that's walked into a makeup store and asked what shade you are, because trust me, they're not going to laugh at you. They're going to go, he's got a pair of balls. Well done for him for coming in and doing it. And to be honest, you could just say that your girlfriend is the same shade as you anyway and you're buying it as a present, if you really want to lie. But yeah, so that's product number 2, and that's a concealer. Okay, now product number 3 that I use is the La Roche-Posay, so the same brand as the moisturizer, and it's the Effaclar BB Blur. Now I actually always thought, this shows how much knowledge I have of makeup, I always thought this was a foundation. It's not a foundation, I don't think. It's just, for me, I like my face to look like a matte finish. I don't like when you go on a tube and you look sweaty or anything like that. And I'm not saying this is going to absorb the sweat. However, it's very good for oily skin. So just stay on here, Instant Oil Absorbing Coverage Cream Mousse. Now again, this one is kind of like the moisturizer. I do just put it on certain parts of my face. You don't cover your face with it. I just put it on here, here and here, and obviously on my forehead where I get quite shiny or quite oily or quite sweaty. And again, it just absorbs the oil, it makes you look a lot more matte finish, and also it gets rid of my red patches here. So this one is a little bit thicker. So if I just show you here, just put, maybe that's a bit too much, but I just want to show you. So put that on the hand. Again, I have another beauty blender, and then just dab it, and then you'll see, I need to come a bit closer. It does look a different colour, but my final product, you will see, will cover all that. So just put it on there, and then on the other side of one, again, like obviously as I said, you can put it on as many areas as you want. So yeah, you can just put it on any areas you want. As I said, you don't need to cover your face if you have no problems with your face. If it's just a spot, or if it's just an area where you get quite oily or anything like that, just put it on that area. You don't need it everywhere. That's not kind of what it's made for. It's just made to perfectionize or help you get a bit more confidence in those areas that you might not like. If you have a big spot and then you think, right, that's it, I'm not going out now for the rest of the week, I've got this new mounting friend on my face. Don't worry, as I said, there's little products out there that can help. Just get a pair of balls and go and buy it and use it. So yeah, there's product number 3. Okay, before we move on to product number 4, I just want to mention as well, one thing that's really good about that last product, which is this. One thing that's really good about it is it's also good for bags. So if you are like me and you get kind of bags or dark kind of bruise, no, it's not bruise. If you get dark things under your eyes, I can't even get my words out. If you get dark circles and stuff under your eyes, it's quite good for covering that, because obviously when you put it underneath your eyes, it kind of gets rid of it, it blends in with your skin, so you obviously makes it like you are the skin. And then when we use this final product, it will just kind of like, which is a bronzer. I know that might scare you all away, wearing a bronzer, but you can't tell you have it on. So once you've put all that on, you've got rid of maybe your bags under your eyes, and then bronzer. So I actually dropped mine in the day, so it's smashed everywhere, so I need to be careful. This one is from MAC, okay? So I will link all the products that I'm using down below. If you have any questions, as I said, I'm no kind of makeup expert. However, I'm happy to try and find out or answer if I possibly can. But then with this, I have a big brush, which this is from Marc Jacobs. Don't need it this big, but this is what I got, so. But then you just put this, like a bit on there, and there's the powder. And then, just literally brush over your whole face. Now again, there's different shades for this, so I like to go quite brown, because as I said, I'm always away, or I always have a tan, so I go for a darker shade with mine. But this is a bronzer, so it will give you a tan as well. If you're not someone who really wants to wear a tanning product, this can give you a natural looking tan. Just make sure you get the right shade, because if you're quite pale and then you go and whack this on, you will look like a Humpa Lumpa, I'm not going to lie. And yes, I have done that before, that's why I am talking from experience. But yeah, so you just kind of go over the face like that. You can do the neck as well, so you're blending in. And don't forget to do the ears, because you don't want white ears. Yeah, there's product number 4, and that is a bronzer. Okay, so there's all 4 products that I'm going to use in today's video. I'm going to link them all, as I said, down below, so you can go and check them out. The ones that I link might not be specifically for yourself. As I said, you're going to have to get different shades. I'll just show you my face now, so you can see, you can't even tell that I have anything on my face. And if you can, then I've done it wrong, and that's because I'm in a small screen. But whenever I go out, everyone always says to me, like, some of my friends are like amazing with makeup. I know a lot of girls that do makeup tutorials on YouTube, and they're incredible, and they all say you can never tell I've got it on. So these products are really a hero products for me. They really help me out. They make me feel a lot more confident to step outside, and yeah, just to kind of get rid of those little things, those imperfections that we don't really like. So if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And also drop me a comment in the comments box if you found this helpful, and maybe if it gave you the courage to go out and buy something for yourself. Or if you have any questions as well, just drop them down there. If everything's good and I get a positive feedback from this video, I'm sure there's going to be many people that give me a thumbs down and give me bad comments, but that's fine. I actually don't really care. There's always going to be haters out there. But yeah, if I do get some positive feedback, then I will try and go out and learn a little bit more about certain products that are good for men, and maybe even good for girls as well, if you girls found it helpful. I'm sure there's many other better beauty bloggers for you out there with girls doing it. But hey, come and join the family as well. But yeah, if men find it really helpful, then I will go and try and research on different brands and products, so I can bring you more videos like this. But thanks again. Don't forget to subscribe if you are a new person watching. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed already and is watching all my journey, and I will see you all on the next video. See you then.